Hello everyone, welcome back to the latest update series of Drishti IAS. This is Divya Kamatra. Today we meet again to discuss Goonda Bill. That's right. Once again, the topic has been in news after UP introducing a lot of changes and a lot of such acts in the name of public safety. West Bengal has now released a Goonda Bill. What bill is this and why have we named it such, and how is it dealing with public safety, and is it like really similar to what UP has done, or are they trying to do something new? We'll see a comparison also. So we'll try to answer all these questions, all right? Okay. So come on, let's find out what is Goonda Bill and what is happening right now. So West Bengal Public Safety Control and Anti-Social Activities Bill. The actual name is West Bengal Public Safety Control of Anti-Social Activities. Okay, so they're trying to identify what activities are anti-social, and they will try to take a control over it. And this bill has been given in, and it is a law designed to tackle organized crime, repeat offenders, and public disorder. This is what we are targeting. Now, popularly, this is being called as the Goonda Bill because they're saying that everybody today is trying to become a Goonda, and we are trying to target them and teach them some civic sense, some law, some order, so that they stop doing these organized crimes, stop, committing other etc. crimes, whatever they are doing on a repeat basis. Let's stop them from doing this. And this was passed by West Bengal Assembly on June 29, 2026 with 176 votes in favor and 41 against. Just look at the majority this bill has gotten, right? Quite popular. So this was introduced by the BJP state government under CM Suvendu Adhikari. The bill is obviously aimed at eradicating political and syndicate violence, and it will work towards that. Let's find out what is the core legislation behind this bill, like how are they trying to regulate this and what will they be doing to actually bring this to the ground level. All right. So what they're doing is, number one, they're saying preventive detention without trial. Number one thing that is being introduced is authorities can detain any individual who is suspected for up to, just look at the time period, 12 months without a trial. Not 3 months. The general preventive detention is around 3 months and can be extended up to 6 months. But for this, it is 12 months. 12 months of detention without any trial if they feel like they can be a threat to the public safety. Right. This obviously mirrors the national law, that is National Security Act, that we have, NSA. It is quite similar to that, but then again, the time period, extensive time period. Then if we see the district bans, this is an externment. How so? If district magistrate or police commissioner believes that somebody is likely to engage in an anti-social activity in their particular arena. For example, they have just witnessed that, okay, this person who has committed multiple murders and he's facing charges and now being released on bail or whatsoever, and he is here in the society. Obviously, the impact of that person belonging into that civic society can bring out a lot of other activities, a lot of other people following him for trying to be like him, or also to try to kill him. Like, in any case, societal order gets disturbed. The mere presence of that one disturbing element creates a disturbance in the entire society, right? So they're saying that if the DM or the police commissioner feels like this particular person is not good for the society, and they can at that particular point ban the person, like if he has an antisocial behavior, they can order that a person to leave a specified area or district, and they can ban them for returning also. They can ban them from returning for up to 1 year. For how long? Up to 1 year. For 1 year, you can say that you are not allowed to step into this district. In this particular district, the entire district, not just your home, not just your area, the entire district, you are not allowed to step into it at least for 1 year until the matters get sorted out or everybody calms down, right? At least this much of time should be given to the people, so they're not able to do this. Clear? So you're not allowed to come here. This is the second concept. Third is the broader definition. So Goonda, that is defined as anyone who is habitually committing or financing organized crimes, or anyone charge sheeted under specific sections of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, right? So we have given certain guidelines also for that. And it's not like this is random that anybody, if the police commissioner thinks, okay, this person's not looking good, okay, let's take him into preventive detention and put him in there for 1 year. No. We have to have good base. We have to have a strong case out there. For that, what we need is that the person should be habitually committing a crime or financially organizing it or getting charge sheeted again and again under some specific BNSs. So the law also targets illegal sand mining, smuggling, arms or narcotic offences. Any of these activities, if you're involved in and you're committing this repeatedly and you've been given warnings and you're not just trying to do this, you're trying to break the law knowingly and willingly, right? So in that scenario, strict legal terms or strict legal actions can be taken because all the offences under this act will be cognizable. What is cognizable? Cognizable means non-bailable. Cognizable means non-bailable. Then why are we saying it's separately non-bailable? Entirely non-bailable and being cognizable, a little bit of difference, because cognizable is like you cannot get the immediate bail that you get. You have to go to the court, there will be a hearing. If court wants to give you the bail, court can give you the bail. But then there are non-bailable offences where court also says, no, there will be no bail. You cannot even apply for the bail, right? That's why it is cognizable as well as non-bailable, meaning the police can arrest without a warrant. Getting bail is incredibly difficult, under very special circumstances court might consider, but very rare chance that you might get a bail, right? That is cognizable and non-bailable offence for you. That is where we are categorizing all these crimes. So alongside this Goonda Bill, they've also passed West Bengal Maintenance of Public Order Amendment Bill 2026. That is also getting here under this. You know, this introduces a pay for what you break system. Along with this, they have also put forward a pay for what you break system, because the violence that gets created because of the Goonda Raj actually leads to lot of infrastructural destruction, lot of societal destruction. And who should pay for that then? Should government keep improving all those conditions? Of course not, right? So they're saying that pay for what you break. You break, you pay. Simple. So they've also additionally given this concept and said that specialized panel will assess the financial losses to public and private property that will be caused by these Goondas, the so-called riots, protests and strikes that are happening other than that also. And the strict liability is that the financial accountability doesn't stop at the person physically throwing a stone. It's not like, see, I'm standing here, I'm throwing a stone there. So if the stone hits a public property and a glass breaks off a public office, let's say, right? Now, that broken glass should be repaired by me, but they're saying that it is not my sole responsibility. How so? They're saying that the law holds organizer, financial sponsor, and instigators equally responsible. If they find out that I threw the stone, but I was given money by some other organization to actually do this. So it is not just me who will be liable for this, because earlier what people used to do, or what organizations used to do who were creating these crimes, is that they would have a gunman, the point man, right? And that point man would take all the blame and go to jail and suffer all the consequences of it. And the organizations and the people behind it would walk free. To change that, what they've done is that if we find any link between you and that person, you will also be dragged into it. You will also be punished into it, right? But this requires strict, checking and everything, because how will you identify that linkage is regarding that incident and not a general linkage, right? In that manner, anybody associated with that person in his life would become a suspect, right? So we need to be very careful about it, but still we are doing this so that our organizers, financial sponsors, we catch the problem at its roots, okay? What are we trying to do? We are catching the problem at its roots, because that person who has thrown the stone is hardly the problem, The problem is these organizers and sponsors. They are the ones who are doing this. The one throwing the stone is mostly a very poor person who has no other option but to do this, go to jail and secure his family's future, because in return he will be given a lot of money so that he can protect his family. Most of the cases this is seen, right? So in this case, they're saying that if that person is not even responsible, what do we gain actually? See, he was the one who threw the stone, that's fine. We have arrested the person. But the people behind him, who were actual culprits, who actually knew why they were doing this and what they were doing this for, they just walk by free, right? To capture them, this is very, very necessary. And the seizure of assets. If you fail to pay the mandated compensation that has been asked, state will have the power to secure, seize, attach, or auction off the movable or immovable properties to recover the money, right? They can recover the money from anywhere and they will have the power, right? They will have the power, state shall have the power to do this, all right? So these two are being compared with the UP's Act. These two are being compared with the UP's Act, and they're saying that a flare has woken up, and similarly it is spreading to other states as well. How so? Just take a look. In terms of preventive actions, if we see, up to 1 year of detention is done in West Bengal. In UP model, long-term preventive detention and regular use of Zilla Bada, that is district exile. Property recovery, if we talk about in West Bengal, claims commission set up to, whoever are the rioters or organizers, they will get fined here by the commission. In UP model, UP pioneered the recovery of damages from protesters' properties via dedicated tribunal. Same committee or tribunal, but quite similar. Asset seizure allows swift confiscation and auctioning of criminal assets. UP model, they are famous for using bulldozers. You remember the bulldozer, right? The bulldozers and property attachments dismantle criminal wealth. All right. Yeah, that is what they're doing. But what is the debate then? Why is it so controversial? Why is it, even though it got passed by such a high majority, what is happening? Government is saying that these laws are necessary and as standard laws are too weak to stop extortion, rackets, syndicates, etc. But human rights groups and opposition leaders are criticizing it. They're saying that if you start doing this, where is our liberty? Where is our liberty? And we won't, just take it up for it. So they're saying that giving police and local magistrate the power to lock up someone for 1 year without any trial. 1 year is a very long time. What if at the end of it, it comes out that the person was actually innocent? How will you ever return a year of life to someone? And that is a good question. That is actually a good question, because the system can be faulted, right? The system can be faulty, the proofs can be faulty, and maybe after some time you get to find out that this person is actually innocent. How will you ever return that time to the person? You can never do that, right? An Indian judicial system always says that we can leave 100 criminals, but one innocent should not get punished, right? Yeah. If you have to leave 100 criminals to save that one innocent person who doesn't deserve it, you can let 100 criminals go, you can find them later on, you can catch them later on, but that one innocent person should not get any punishment. In this scenario, the person will get locked up for 1 year without any trial, so he won't even have the option to prove that he is in fact innocent, right? So what happens in that case? Who takes the liability? And no matter who takes the liability, can somebody really give back the year of life? You won't be able to do that, right? So this is bringing up a lot of opposition and targeting, and a few points are valid as well, which government should look at and try to understand what should be done in these scenarios, right? Exactly. Now, just tell me, in the comment section, for you, there's a question. We have preventive detention, right? Yeah. We have the concepts of preventive detention. Tell me, what are the constitutional measures for preventive detention? Are there any constitutional measures for preventive detention? And if there are, then what are those? Like which article, what reference, what part, what provision, what do you know about preventive detention in Constitution? All right, let us know in the comment section about this, and I hope you understand this is the Goonda Bill that has been brought down and constantly in news you must be seeing. So this is the concept, this is what they're trying to do, maintain public safety, and based on that we have a question for you. Just read the question and give us your answer in the comment section. Yeah, The popular bill of Goonda Bill. Clear? Okay. Give us your answer in the comment section. And that's about it. Thank you so much for joining in. This was about Goonda Bill. I hope you understood it. I hope it is clear. Yes? Yeah. All right. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.